Hey there, me again. I just had a funny I just had a funny memory about a um a mate uh, whose son was pulled over in a car. Um, it's a quirky story. Um, anyway, I'll get straight into it because I'm bogging down already and time's just ticking away. So, a mate's son gets pulled over in his car by the cops, and it turns out um, that he's in one of his dad's cars. And anyway, the um, the reason he got pulled over was because he basically didn't have his headlights on, and the cop said to him, "How long you had your license?" And my mate's son basically said, "Oh, look, I've had my license for a month." And they said, "Well, you know that you're supposed to have your headlights on. You've just got your license. One of the golden rules of being on the road is, you got to have your headlights on." And he sort of said, "Well, I'm used to another car. It's got automatic headlights, and I've just borrowed this off Dad's because mine's stuck somewhere." And anyway, so they said, "Well, it's going to cost you a fine." And he's like, "Well, okay." And they said it's going to be $420. He's like, "Right." And then they said there'd be no demerit points, and he's like, "Okay." So my mate said to him, because originally his son rang him up and said, "Dad, I've had a really bad day," and he's like, "Well, and then he's going to tell him about he's been pulled over by the cops, and he's like, "Okay, right, yeah, okay, well, at least you weren't speeding." So anyway, so then his dad said to him, "So what ended up happening?" And he said, "Well, they had a look around the car, and then they let him go." Oh, they actually said to him, "Is this your car?" He said, "No, it's my dad's." And is it insured? "Yes, it is." And okay, all right, well, you'll be getting a fine. And he did the right thing. He just played the psychology game, and just acted like, "Yeah, I respect the cops," which everyone should respect the cops. For all sorts of reasons. I'll go into that another day. But so anyway, so it turns out they just said, "Okay, you get your fine. Away you go." So his dad went, "Okay, all right." So he, the interesting part of the story is, and I've got about 2 seconds to tell it. My mate said to his son, "Well, why do you have a bad day?" And he said, "Well, because this happened." He's like, "Well, no, you didn't have a bad day. You just won the lottery. You won Powerball." So it turns out the cops actually thought they'd nailed it. What they didn't realise was his son was in a car that had 320 horsepower and was doing 0 to 105 seconds.